What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another Marvel Future Fight video. Alright, so we are still on the APK here, so with that comes the standard disclaimer. This video is brought to you by Netmarble and the Content Creator Club. Everything you see here is still subject to change from now until the live version. Alright, with that being said, today we're going to be looking at Scorpion. So Scorpion is basically the bio selector character of the game. Of course, you can get him in the Epic Quest as well, or farm him there, but you can use bio selectors on him in addition to that if you wanted to rank him up even faster. And Scorpion, surprisingly to me, seems like one of the better characters of the update. Normally the character that you can use bio selectors on isn't always the best character or near the top of the characters in the update. But Scorpion here, he actually surprised me. He was fun to play, and his damage actually seemed higher than some of the other characters I was playing. But again, we are on the APK, so it's hard to get a real grasp of their damage. But I mean, I haven't changed my cards, and I keep putting CTPs of energy on all of them, and Scorpion did seem to do more damage when I took him into World Boss Ultimate than the other characters that I've tested so far, with the exception of Sentry and yeah, pretty much just Sentry. Yeah, because his damage actually seemed pretty good. But anyway, let's just go ahead and take a look at Scorpion here, and then I'll show you some gameplay of him. So first, we'll take a look at the skills here. So his tier 2 passive is going to be when using a poison skill, he gets a 5% heal over 2 seconds, or not over 2 seconds. That 5% heal is going to keep activating during that 2 seconds, which is pretty nice. That's a 10% heal. And then he's going to get skill damage by 30%, bonus damage 25%. It lasts for 12 seconds, which is good. So this is going to be up the entire time because, as you can see, there's a 10-second cooldown on his passive there. So instead of just giving him this as like a flat stat that's always active, I guess they're still just going to have a trigger so they can use that mechanic for the heal, but you're going to have it up the entire time, so you don't have to worry about that. His first skill just does some poison damage. Second skill, he has a stun on it, and that one's physical damage. Third skill right here deals poison damage, and then he has paralysis that ignores immunity, so it works on world bosses, lasts for 2 seconds. He's got a guard hit, 7 hits for 5 seconds, which is pretty nice, and then increased poison damage by 35%. So this is a good skill that you're pretty much just going to be canceling before going into your actual rotation for your damage proc, just so you can get that 30% or 35% increase to poison damage, and of course a guard hit is nice as well. The fourth skill here is one of the charge skills. It does charge up pretty quickly, so that's good. So I haven't found too many issues when using the fourth skill to charge up. I haven't really been getting guard broken, knocked out of it, or anything like that while using the skill. But the skill does give you super armor, so that's probably why I'm not getting guard broken. Anyway, this skill is going to do poison damage again. It has the all defense down, which is really cool. It stacks up to minus 55%, so a little bit better than some of the other characters. They were all 50%, I believe, except for what Sentry had a 70%, and actually one of them had a 60%. I'm already forgetting, but yeah, so pretty good all defense down there. And then the fifth skill has a 45% increase to all attack, and this is the skill that I've been trying to proc on. He is a little tricky to do your damage proc on. You're pretty much going to want to use him similar to Black Widow, or I'm trying to think of some of the other characters, where you want to trigger the damage proc before going into your actual skill rotation, and then you go into the skill rotation. So you kind of just have one damage proc that's a little bit wasted because you're not going to have any buffs on your character applied at that time. But anyway, I'll show you that in the skill preview. So his passive here, which is really annoying, I wish they hadn't done this for his passive, or his 4-star passive, is going to be when attacking enemy with poison effect applied. So this only works on an enemy that is poisoned, and you know that does not work on world bosses, so you cannot get this buff against world boss or GBR or anything like that. You can only use this in PvP if they don't cleanse it or debuff removal, or Shadowland are pretty much the main ones, or you can do it in Alliance Battle Extreme as well, but those are the main places that this will be active. And he's going to get all attack, all defense by 30%, all speed 1%, crit rate by 20%. I believe he had another really massive like defense buff. Yeah, he had all defense by 80% here. I don't think I finished reading the fourth skill. I think I stopped at the all defense down. But he has 6 seconds of, oh, that is actually invincibility. Wait, what? 6 seconds of invincibility and then 4 seconds of damage. Oh yeah, that's That's from the charge up effect. If you don't charge up the skill at all, you get the damage immunity. If you fully charge the skill, you get the invincibility, but you still get the super armor, so you won't get guard broken out of the skill, which is good. But yeah, 80% all defense. So he's got some pretty crazy defense buffs, because also his leadership, boom, look at that, a 50% all defense lead right there. So if you need some defense, Scorpion's got you covered. So yeah, he's pretty tanky actually, and this heal right here is actually enough to sustain him from the few hits that I've been taking while playing him, which isn't too often, because you have that damage immunity, you've got the iframe, and then you're pretty much just kiting around for like 2 seconds, I would say, and he's got pretty good movement speed, so I didn't find too much issues there in keeping him alive. But anyway, let's go ahead and see his skill animations. The first skill does some kind of dashing around, just a few partial iframes at the start, then he loses that when he goes to try to sting them. And second skill, that one has an iframe again at the start, so similar theme to the first skill. And now the third skill, you got to wait for that actual beam right there to get that paralysis. So if you're going to instant cancel the third skill, which I usually do, you're not going to get the paralysis, but I find that that doesn't really matter. But yeah, as you can see, boom, as soon as that hits them, you get the paralysis. But you get all the buffs right at the start. So if you look up there in the top, boom, you see them instantly, and then I can go into the fourth skill there. So that was the non-charged up fourth skill. You see he does one sting and then swipe, and then he shoots up some rocks in the air. And that rock, or the rocks that land on them, are what causes the all defense down. So you don't get that at the very start of the skill, so you want to make sure you don't cancel it too early. You want to see him actually shoot those rocks in the air. So now if we charge it up, boom, you get one more, and then he shoots multiple of those rocks in the air, or I get poisoned rocks. And then we get all of that residual damage that we didn't get before. So a lot more damage, a lot more hits with the charge. And again, it's not even that long you have to charge it, because if you go here, boom, he's already done charging that. It's like a 1 second charge, so it's not too bad. And he's protected during all of this, because if we let all those buffs expire, as soon as you hit the skill, so if I just tap it here, we get the damage immunity and the super armor. If my fat fingers apparently don't want to click on this, even though I don't have fat fingers, so I'm not sure why it's not registering. Maybe because it's so cold right now that my fingers are actually just not registering the touch. But anyway, then if you fully charge it, you can see that transforms into damage, or to invincibility from damage immunity, so that's really nice. And now we move on to the fifth skill, which is the one that I usually like to try to get my damage proc on. He goes into an iframe. He hops out of the iframe, but again, he has protection during this skill, because this one also gives it, what does this one give? Oh no, I thought this one gave, I guess the invincibility just carried over enough from the fourth skill, because I always remember having invincibility during the fifth skill. But the rotation that I like to use is I start the battle with the fifth skill. I try to get my obelisk or my CTP to proc there, and then I just wait a little bit for the cooldown. You instant cancel 3, charge up 4, boom, wait for that shot, and then you go right into the fifth skill. So when those are raining down, you're in the middle of the fifth skill. And as you can see, I still had time to run off a little bit, and my invincibility was still active. So that's why he seems pretty safe to play if you do that skill rotation. So then every time after that initial startup where you just get your proc on the fifth skill, every rotation after that, provided you don't have any interruptions from the boss or have to wait for any cutscenes or anything like that, you should have your damage proc in line, because I believe it was just a 7-second cooldown, so pretty much exactly what you need for a damage proc. Let's go ahead and back out here, because I don't remember actually saying what the skill cooldowns were. Okay, so it's 15 seconds, so you're 7.5 seconds, but it seems pretty good. And this one's on, interesting. That one's an 8-second cooldown. I don't remember it really affecting too much, but yeah, let's just hop into the fight so I can show you. Let's hop into some World Boss Ultimate. Alright, so we're going against Proxima here, because he has physical damage, even though half of his attacks are poison. It's poison based on physical. We have Beast for his leadership here, and then we have Mystique for her tier 2 passive. Because Scorpion here is not a Dark Avenger in this current iteration. You have to wait for Scorpion to get a uniform, and then he can be a Dark Avenger. He gets venomized, and he basically looks like Dark Suit Spider-Man. Or Black Suit Spider-Man. So when he looks like that, then he is a Dark Avenger. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue here. Start up the fight. All right, we'll switch over to Scorpion. Again, I like to, okay, or I like to get hit right there, apparently. We just start off with this skill here. Then we run around a little bit. They do 3, then cancel into, oh, she got a little too far away, but that's fine. We'll do it on the next rotation. Just wait for that all defense down, and you'll see his damage starts looking pretty good. So let those shoot in the air, and then there we go. Look at that damage. That just looks so much better than the other characters, because I just don't remember getting the health bar to move quite a bit on the bosses when I was playing the other characters. Whereas Scorpion here, he's doing pretty good. It might be, yeah, I might have taken a little too long on that one, so the damage proc got out of line there. But I think this is still the safest skill rotation, whether you're worrying about the damage proc or not. See if we can start getting this back in line. There we go. Now we should be good. Yes, I don't know. I really like Scorpion. I mean, he has kind of a little bit of a different playstyle. I guess the 4th skill does get canceled out more than I would like, but I don't know. I still like playing him. I'm not finding that to really be too much of a deal breaker because he's just a fun character to play. I like his skill animations. They're a lot more unique than most of the other characters from this update. So yeah, I think he's going to be one of my favorite characters of the update, which is good for me because he's a bio-selector character, so I can get him right away. Whereas the other characters, yeah, they're going to be put off for quite a while because I'm not anywhere close to getting the deluxe pack. And yeah, I'm gonna have to farm the other characters because I'm not going to be getting any bio subs. So yeah, it's gonna be a little while for me to get the other characters on my live account. But from what I've been seeing on here, they seem like just average characters with probably just a few niche uses, not really characters that are going to be super strong in every game mode. But you know, certain game modes are probably going to be up at the top of the list. But anyway, that's going to be a Scorpion here. So let me know what you think of Scorpion. Are you hyped for him? Because I know I am. I'm really liking Scorpion here. I like his classic look too. It's just really cool. But also, I just like the color green, so that could be why as well. Just really stands out there. Nice flashy suit for Scorpion. But yeah, there we go. New Venom, Scorpion, Sting of the Scorpion, Epic Quest, Dark Reign. Are you hyped for him yet? No, just kidding. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.